Now, before I go to work, there's something we have to discuss. We are no longer in the Yukon. This is a big city, and you can't just run around freely anymore. Like it or not, you need a license. And I can't seem to get a license for a wolf. I've tried, but they just don't issue them. Additionally, they have something here called animal control officers, whose specific job it is to take unattended animals off the street. No. You can't take that attitude. These are hard-working civic employees who perform a fine service for the community and for the animals themselves. All right, occasionally they put them to sleep, but that's neither here nor there. The point is that until we can work this out, you have to stay in the apartment while I'm gone. So it's agreed. Good. I'll see you after work. Morning, Mr. Mustafi. Mr. Campbell. Good morning, Mrs. Garcia. Oh, may I help you?
Sure.
Hey. Oh, very unhappy. Come on. This floor, is it? No. No, sweetie, I'm gonna be late.
Please, can I go with you?
I already told you, Daddy's got to go to work today.
I'll be very quiet.
I know you will, but you got school. Hey, who's the toughest guy in the whole wide world?
You are?
And who could stop me from coming home to you?
Nobody.
And what would I do if any of them tried?
Uppercut. Poke me in the eyes.
That's right. Now, you got your lunch all packed, right?
Yeah.
Now, do you promise you're going to wait upstairs until the bus comes? I'll see you tonight, killer.
Good morning, Lucy.
You know my name?
All the pretty girls are named Lucy.
It's on my lunchbox.
Ah, you found me out.
Are you a policeman?
Well, yes, I am. But in Canada. And at the consulate where I work. But outside the consulate, I'm not. Unless I'm in Canada. That's not very clear. Do you know what a liaison officer is? No, of course you don't. A liaison officer is,
Policemen help people, right?
Well, yes, we try.
Can you help my dad? He keeps on hurting himself.
He does? Where is he?
That's him.
What's his name?
Dad.
Huh. Well, yes, it would be. You know, actually, Lucy, I'm on my way to work right now. Well, you know what? I can spare you a few minutes.
You'll help him?
I'll help him.
Thanks.
Hello, Whitey. Here's your cookie. Baby.
I'm sorry.
Benton Fraser, RCMP.
You're a Mountie?
Yes.
Where'd you come from?
Apartment 3J. Are you all right?
Yeah, sure, I'm fine. Guess I should watch what I'm doing, huh?
Stop, look, listen. It's a simple model, but one worth adhering to.
Yeah, all right, I gotta go. Thanks, huh?
Well, perhaps we can talk again another time. Oop. Morning.
He stepped right out in front of me. I couldn't stop.
Harper Medical Clinic? Are you sure about this? Because I could have you in an emergency room in less than...
I want to see my doctor, Dr. Howard.
Right this way.
Constable Fraser, I hear you're quite the good Samaritan. I didn't know we had any left in this town.
Well, I'm sure any one of his neighbors would have done the same.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Pike has suffered considerable soft tissue damage, but none of his injuries are life-threatening.
Thank you. Oh, excuse me, Dr. Howard. Is there any medical reason why Charlie might be prone to these accidents? Perhaps an inner ear imbalance resulting from an old boxing injury?
How did you know Charlie was a boxer?
Well, his nose cartilage has been reduced by almost 80%, and his left eye socket is raised about a half a centimeter above the right, indicating a slight shift in the cranial plates.
Where did you study?
The E02 Public Library. My grandparents were librarians.
You're kidding.
No.
Well, you're quite correct. Judging from today, perhaps Charlie's taken one too many blows to the head.
I see. Will you be releasing him soon?
Well, if there's no concussion, he should be home this afternoon.
And the bill?
Well, you must have inspired me, Constable. This one's on me.
I just hit a guy. I know you have rules. But can't you just tell me if he's okay?
Just a moment.
Pardon me. Is there a payphone?
Down there.
Thank you kindly. Sorry.
I told you, sir, if you just leave your name and phone number, someone will contact you.
Cranberry club soda, wedge and lemon.
Sure you can handle that?
What are you, a comedian?
Ma, I can't talk. I'm on a stakeout.
Ray?
Benny, you gotta get down here right away. The Bears are finally kicking some butt.
Ray, I need your help with something. I'm having a bit of a problem getting a license for Diefenbaker, and I'm not sure if it's because he's a wolf or just because he's deaf.
Yes!
Then you think you can help me?
What?
With a license. course, I wouldn't want you to use your influence unduly.
Yeah, sure. Just leave it to me.
Okay. Miss? Thanks, Ray. Miss? Miss? Excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Are you following me?
No. Well, yes, I am, but I'm not trying to.
I think men who skulk around after women are the lowest scum on the earth. Don't you?
Well, yes, I suppose they are, but you see, I'm.
How did you know where to bring him?
You mean Charlie?
Friend of yours, is he?
No. I met him at the accident site. Well, at the accident site before that.
So you do this a lot then?
By this, you mean?
Could you spell your name for me, please?
Certainly. B-E-N-T-O.
You're a very interesting person, Bento. I'd like to see more of you.
No, that's Benton. Benton Fraser.
How about dinner tonight?
Dinner. Well, I'd love to, but I have a dog.
Got a good suit?
2, actually.
Lakeshore room, 8 o'clock. Wear the suit. Leave the dog.
Oh, dear.
Desk? No, she's not. Call back. Mackenzie King's desk.
I got the story, Warren. I got it.
Honey, you're sweating on my phone. Hey, call back. Any messages?
I send you to a press conference. You come back with x-rays. Why am I confused?
Take a look at these obituaries. James T. Ryan, Carlos Escobar, Louis Wendowski. What do they all have in common?
None of them covered the press conference?
They're all dead prize fighters, Warren. All died in automobile accidents in the last 8 months. All the death certificates signed by the same doctor. And if you think that doesn't stink, take a whiff of this. There's a Mountie involved.
A what?
Honest to God. Big hat, sweet little grin, crooked as they come.
A crooked Mountie? You're bringing me a crooked Mountie? Look, Mackenzie, I know you hate cops. All of Chicago knows you hate cops, but I am not printing any more retractions. You keep making accusations about police corruption you can't prove. You're going to get yourself suspended again. Or fired.
Hey, so I screwed up last time. But look, it changed me. I spent 3 months in a dark apartment, Warren, with a Persian cat under one arm and a tub of cherry swirl in the other. I've been to hell and back in a flannel nightgown, Warren, and so help me God, I will never wear flannel again. This time, I nail him dirty. Tonight, 8 o'clock, his little Canadian butt is mine. Could you get that? Thanks.
Evening, Mrs. Garcia. How are you tonight? Evening, Mr. Campbell. I brought you supper. Oh, you know, I was hoping to be able to spend some time with you this evening, but I have a dinner engagement with a very nice woman that I met in a parking lot. And I can't cancel it because I don't know her phone number. Or her name, for that matter. No, it's not what you're thinking. It isn't. And you know something? I don't appreciate your attitude. You're very judgmental. Just because you were right once does not make you infallible. I am perfectly capable of handling myself in any situation. I am. I am a Mountie. Evening.
Lakeshore room. 324? Just a minute, okay. 4, 7.
Excuse me. Has,
A woman called to say she'd be late? No.
You're sure? Because it's 10 after 8.
This would be the woman with no name?
Well, I'm sure she has a name. I'm just not sure what. I'll keep waiting.
Oh, that was such a wonderful meal.
Very good, wasn't it? Carefully, you step out.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Give
Evening.
me some.
Oh, yes.
Yes, dinner.
Thank you, young man.
Have a nice.
Been waiting long?
Actually, yes, but I seem to have profited by it. May I just say that you look.
Thanks. That's your good suit?
Oh, I knew I should have worn the other one. You know, if we have a couple of minutes, I could run home right now.
No, you're fine. A little bread. What did you find?
This is for you.
A wrist corsage.
Well, actually, 2.
You want me to wear them on both wrists?
I forgot to ask what color of dress you'd be wearing.
Reservation for 2, please. Mackenzie King.
Right this way, Miss King.
Your name, you wouldn't be related to.
No.
No, of course you wouldn't.
So you live in the same building, you and Charlie, and you started talking.
Well, actually, his daughter asked me to help him.
And the way she looked at you, you just couldn't refuse.
Well, she had these sad eyes.
Don't they all?
Do you mind if I,
Go for it. You and Charlie make quite the team.
By team, you mean?
Well, he falls under cars. You save him.
Well, he does seem to have quite a few.
How much do you make?
Me? Well, it's in Canadian funds, so you have to deduct 38%, but...
Enough.
About myself, absolutely. Consular work is pretty dull. Although there was this one passport case.
Wait a minute. You work at the consulate?
Well, yes. That's why I'm paid in Canadian funds. It's an odd governmental regulation.
So now you're denying you work with Charlie?
With Charlie? No. No, I could never be a professional boxer. I mean, in high school,
I saw you bring him in. Are you telling me you don't feed patients to the clinic? You're not involved in this $1 million insurance scam? You're just this straight arrow, do-gooding Mountie out to help the little guy? Tell me why I find that hard to believe.
Well, I understand your skepticism. Appearances can be deceiving. I mean, for example, you're a nurse, yet you wear extremely high heels to work, which indicates either you haven't been a nurse for very long or you have remarkable arches. Also, the way you hold your wrists suggests you spend many hours at a computer keyboard. And add to that the slight crick in your neck, which indicates extended phone usage, and the minute traces of printer's ink under your 3/4-inch nails, which, by the way, must make bandaging quite a challenge. And a less trusting person might assume that you weren't a nurse at all. A less trusting person might assume that you worked, say, for a newspaper. But then, appearances can be deceiving.
And you've known this since?
The parking lot. Also, you should check your tape recorders. I think either your battery is leaking or some liquid is spilled into the motor. From the smell of it, I would say it's mace.
So you just came along for the free meal and the amusement of watching me make a fool out of myself?
No. No, I think Charlie's in trouble. And I thought maybe you could tell me something that would help.
You're trying to get information from me? Forget it.
I understand. You've already been a great help.
I've no appetite all of a sudden.
Can I at least walk you home?
Walk me home? He wants to walk me home.
Well, I thought it was expected.
Oh, yeah? What else did you expect?
Well, nothing. I mean, I don't know.
You want to do something for me? You get Charlie to talk to me on the record.
If Charlie is in trouble, what he needs is help, not an interview.
Then all you're getting out of this date is the check.
Do you happen to know the current exchange rate?
Oh, yes, it is.
Good evening.
I told you it ain't enough. I cannot live on what you bastards pay me.
200 is what you agreed to. 200 is what you're gonna get.
For $200, I can't even pay my stinking rent. Listen, you want me to keep taking dives for you, you better make it worth my while.
You wouldn't be threatening me, would you, Charlie? Because that wouldn't be healthy.
No, I'm not threatening you. But I have a child to support.
It's not my problem. And count yourself lucky. It doesn't take a lot of skill to fall under a car.
Evening.
Yeah, hiya.
Excuse me, but I couldn't help overhearing them.
You heard that? You know something, pal? You better start learning to mind your own business.
Well, actually, your daughter asked me to...
You don't know nothing about me, and you know anything about my daughter. So just back off.
I know you're in trouble, and if I can, I'd like to help.
That's easy. Stay away from me, and stay away from my daughter.
Hi. You know, Lucy, your father... he has a good heart. He's a good man.
It's okay. I understand. Can't help everybody.
Lucy,
It's like the doctors. They tried, but they couldn't help my mom. It's okay.
Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat. What's this huge moral dilemma you're carrying on your shoulders?
I've given my word to a girl.
Fraser, you do not have to marry every girl that you meet.
Oh, no, she's a very young girl.
Well, then you do have a problem.
No, I mean, she's a little girl, Ray. She's 6 years old. She's very sweet. She's asked me to help her father.
I can see you're making those minute adjustments to really bring out the flavor, Hugo.
Chamomile, right?
Thank you, Hugo. Now I've discovered that her father is doing something illegal.
So what's the dilemma? We bust him.
Then I'd be breaking my word to the little girl.
And this gives you a problem?
Yes.
Oh.
But if I don't turn him in, then I'm withholding evidence of a crime.
Very good, Benny. You can go to the head of the class.
So I've given it some thought, and I've come up with the only logical solution. You have to arrest me.
For what?
I can't tell you that.
Well, then I'm not going to arrest you.
But you have to.
Well, I'm not.
You have to.
Oh, I'm not.
You have to.
This guy, the dad, just how illegal is this activity he's involved in?
It's serious, but he's not the one who's really profiting from it. In fact, he stands to lose more than he's made.
So if you and I can get the bigger fish, maybe we can let the little girl's dad slide on this one.
Is this legal?
Would I be offering it to you if it wasn't? Yes, it's legal. Now tell me everything you know.
And you won't use it against the man in question?
On my word as a transvestite.
What's that, Ray?
It's a Chicago thing.
Ah.
Okay, so how do you know the guy who paid Charlie's a fighter?
His wrists. They were completely hairless, indicating he wears gloves that are tied tightly and in constant use.
So we're tracking a guy with hairless wrists.
Also, the second knuckle of each hand was slightly lower than the others. His jaw clicked slightly when he spoke, indicating a fractured mandible. And his eyes had shifted downward and laterally in their sockets, caused no doubt by repeated blows to the zygomatic arch.
Okay, that I'll buy, but how did you know he worked out in this gym?
It was written on his T-shirt.
You couldn't have said that in the first place? You had to go through the hairless wrists and the fractured mandibles?
I'm sorry, Ray.
Oh, man.
I don't see him. Perhaps if we gave out a description?
Look, why don't you leave this to me? You see, I've been hanging out in joints like this since I was a kid. There's a certain way to talk to these types. What's it gonna cost to work out for a little while?
Maybe your life?
Just give me a towel. So, I figure kill a guy or not, sooner or later I gotta get back in the ring. Still, I'm finding it hard trying to make ends meet, training all the time like this. How do you do it?
Now, you'll have to refresh my memory on the American rules, because I know there's some subtle differences from ours. Ah, you see, right there, that would have been disallowed under the Canadian system. As would have that. I wonder, while we're boxing, if you'd mind answering a few questions. Ah, now I believe that was my fault. Approximately 6 feet tall, with a deviated mandible, and a noticeably fractured zygomatic arch. Oh. Ow. Sorry.
Your old man taught you how to box like that?
My grandmother, actually. Although I'm beginning to suspect that the book she used was somewhat outdated.
Spit. Not on the floor.
You were saying about Charlie?
Yeah, I knew him. Used to train here till he gave it up last year. Bring his little girl when he couldn't get a sitter.
But you haven't seen him around since?
Afraid not. No.
Yeah?
I don't know. I heard he was in trouble, that's all. Nothing strange about that. Half the guys in here spend their summers in the joint.
Well, if you hear anything else, we'd appreciate you giving Detective Vecchio a call.
I got the card.
Thank you kindly.
You're probably gonna need this more than me. Your grandmother?
Yes.
You think I can get a copy of that book?
He's in on it.
Who?
The trainer.
How do you know?
You'll get upset.
No, I won't. Just enlighten me as to how, in the span of a 2-minute conversation, you figured out that this guy's a criminal.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right. Spittle.
Spittle?
During the course of our conversation, he tried to spit several times, but he couldn't because his mouth was too dry, which would indicate that he's lying.
So let me get this straight. This is what they do in the Yukon. They arrest everybody who doesn't drool?
So?
Looks like Charlie has made some new friends.
Too bad. Try to help somebody, he just ends up hurting himself.
Yeah. Charlie. Can you do it right away? It's a trucking company. Driver's in on it. We could go 500 this time.
Yeah, except my daughter's not home from school yet. I have to wait until
No time, guy. I'll get someone else.
No. Listen, I'll do it. Where?
Be on the corner of Haskell and Commerce, 345. You're okay, Charlie.
You need me?
Charlie's gonna meet with an accident.
Such a shame. I always liked Charlie.
They're gonna kill Charlie. You gotta teach me how to do that with the lips. Hey, the stairs are right over there.
Oh, sorry.
I had a change of heart and decided to see you again.
They're following you around town now?
You'll have to get out of the car, Miss King.
Mackenzie. So what do you know?
Mackenzie King, the one who wrote that crap about corruption down at Division? Get the hell out of my car.
Yeah, and I got it wrong because I trusted a cop.
Tell you something about cops.
Ray, we have to go.
Not till she's out of my car.
If I asked you politely?
Yeah, that'd do it.
Ray, we'll miss him.
All right, I'm driving, okay? I'm driving.
That was a stop sign, Ray. That was another stop sign, Ray. Take a left up ahead.
Go around. On the sidewalk? Oh, yeah, you'd love that. Maniac detective slaughters pedestrians.
Stay in the car. May I?
Sure, go ahead.
Thank you kindly.
You got a camera?
Get out of my car.
Follow me!
This man was boxing? He shouldn't even be breathing. When's the last time he saw a doctor?
I believe yesterday.
Then he better get a second opinion. See these old hairline cracks? One more blow to the head and it'll be his last.
It'll be okay. I told your dad I'd take real good care of you, okay? And as soon as they get his woozy head all fixed up at the hospital, Fraser will bring him right home.
I think they call it a concussion.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, some people do.
I wish Fraser was my daddy.
Well, yeah, Fraser's a real brave guy. But your daddy's the bravest guy I know.
Why?
Well, because he is, that's all.
But he's doing bad things, and I don't call that brave.
Sometimes being brave means knowing you have to do something and just doing it, no matter what happens.
Come in, nurse.
What are you, nuts? I ain't talking to no DA.
Detective Vecchio assures me you won't be prosecuted, and if you need protection, we can...
I can take care of myself. Just leave me alone, all right?
You know, Charlie, when I was 13 years old, I found a caribou trapped on a mountainside. I tried to coax him down, but his fear of me only drove him higher. By the time he'd let me near enough to him, he was so weak from the cold I couldn't save him. And he died on that ledge.
You think I'm afraid of these guys?
No, I don't. I think you're afraid of something else.
If my name gets in the papers or on TV, Lucy's gonna know about me. She thinks I'm a boxer, a great boxer. She finds out what I do for a living. Look, all I got in my life is the way that she looks at me. That is all I got. That is all that I need. But if I ever lose that,
she'll understand, Charlie. Trust me.
Excuse me, guys. Are you Fraser? Telephone. It's at the nurse's station.
Thank you kindly.
Oh, yeah, you got one, too. This man called. He said to tell you that he's taking care of your little girl for you. Said that you'd know who. Guess he didn't want you to worry.
I'm saying the place is totally cleared out. Files, medical records, everything.
And Howard?
By now, probably on a beach in Costa Rica. You want me to pick you up? Fraser? Don't do this to me, Fraser!
God, I want to kill you.
Hey, Charlie, you come with us. Nothing's gonna happen to her.
Sorry, Charlie. We just can't have you talking.
You won't be needing this.
Nice!
Gotcha.
Jeez.
I'm a professional.
I'm okay. Hey, who's the toughest guy in the whole wide world?
You are.
And who could stop me from coming home to you?
Nobody.
And what would I do if any of them tried?
Africa. Ha! Poke her in the eye.
Damn straight.
I got you. Where you going now, fella?
Hi. Diefenbaker, remember what I told you. Benton Fraser, RCMP. And this is my dog. Wolf.
I thought that was a wolf. Well, he's mine now, because you sure as hell don't have a wolf license.
In fact, he does.
You can't have this. It doesn't exist. It never did.
Signed by the mayor himself, special dispensation. Now unhand that wolf.
Look what you did to my van.
You got it. I only asked you once, and you got it.
Of course I got it. You asked me for it, right?
From the mayor himself?
Oh, no, not exactly. You see, I didn't want to bother him, so what I did was I Xeroxed the dog license and I put in Wolf. Wonderful things, photocopiers, huh?
Hey, Dr. Quack, get your hands off of that.
Here, take this scum off the street. Oh, and one more thing. For a neck spasm, is that hot or cold?
So you got your story.
Are you kidding? There's going to be a bidding war over this baby.
And Lucy's father, will you be mentioning him in your article?
Look, Fraser, I don't want to see Lucy get hurt any more than you do, but if there's one thing I've had to learn, it's that people's feelings aren't as important as the facts.
You know, when I was 13 years old, I found a caribou on a... No, that's not gonna work.
Miss Fraser,
Lucy.
you don't have to help my dad anymore. You were right. He is the babyest man in the whole world.
You know, you're a really bad influence on me, Bento.
I'll be seeing you.
Yeah, in your dreams.
I wonder if he's here legally.
High winds north and the sky will carry you away. You know you have to leave here. You wish that you could stay. There's 4 directions on this map, but you're only going one way. To the south.